Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the expression reading for expression number 3. Threes, you guys have the potential to be social butterflies, very creative and energetic and jovial, just happy people. You are the party. People enjoy your company, your presence. You are fun to be around. First card we have is Don't Run from the Darkness. Embrace your shadow side. Next card. What can radically change your results by shifting? Okay, I didn't even read that right. Let's do that again. You can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. Okay, and final card. The how is in the now. The how is in the now. Bottom of the deck is deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? Okay, so threes, you are definitely going through some type of shift that is taking place within you. So this is a soul shift. This is a mental shift. This is a cleaning up of your belief system, your mental space, especially when we're talking about you, what you believe about you. And this is also you taking your new thoughts, your new belief, and putting that into action and creating something based on your intuition, your urgings, based on what your soul is telling you from within. Okay, so this journey, this is about going into our shadow side. This is going into those uncomfortable places, where we tend to just kind of suppress and hide and tuck and push away. Right? So just take a minute and think about the things that really, what are you afraid of? When you think about, and let's break this down so it's easy. Let's just not. So what are you afraid of, right? So think about finances. What scares you financially? All right? Think about health. What scares you when you think about your health? Think about your love and your family. What scares you when you think about your love and your family? Career, work, whatever. Assets. Like when we're talking about fear, like do it very practically so it's worth your time, right? Think about the things that scare you. You're going within, but you have to be honest with yourself. But the beautiful thing is that the effort that you put forth as you go within, you will get a reward. So if you do no work, you get no reward, right? But if you go in and you're unafraid and you really sort through the stuff inside of you that you really haven't dealt with in a while, there's something on the other side of that that is beneficial to you. At the bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. Understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. All right. So sometimes when we push each other, people away, when we judge people, it's because they're showing us parts of ourselves that we haven't dealt with yet. And so as you go in and deal with parts of you, you will begin to realize that, like everybody has their own struggle. Right? I've been harboring so much resentment, so much bitterness, so much anger. But guess what? This person had their own struggle. I can't take it personal. Because the longer I take it personal, the longer I hold it against them, the less I grow. And so you know what? I'm ready to grow. So I'm going to release anything that feels like judgment, anything that doesn't release people or free people from whatever I am holding against them. I'm going to release them of that. I'm also going to release myself, right? Let's start there. I'm going to release myself from any judgment. And I'm going to forgive myself for anything I've done or didn't do correctly the first time. Next to Don't Run from the Darkness, Embrace Your Shadow Side, we have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So at some point in life, you have experienced grief, you've experienced loss and regret. And this is something that maybe you have been fearful about dealing with. And sometimes when we've lost something that we haven't dealt with, we don't want to recreate it in our life because we're afraid that the same thing can happen. So that's like being in love, but then losing that love some way, somehow, not being in that love, that situation anymore, and then never wanting to have a relationship again because we're so fearful of getting close to that feeling. And once we get close to that feeling, that fear comes back, right? So sometimes that's what about grief is. It's about not understanding why something had to go. And so we're holding on to it, fearful that it may come again, but also fearful that it won't. Right? So all the parts of all the spaces in yourself. Um, all the spaces in yourself that are afraid of losing something. Think about all the times in life you've lost something. And guess what? You can do the list the same way. Financially, when have you lost something? Emotionally, when have you lost something? Family, love, when have you lost something? Health, when have you lost? Like, make that same list and go through and think about all the times that you have endured grief because of loss. Right? That is a beautiful way to get through that shadow self. Anything that you've been afraid to look at, somehow this is how we can look at. Just make a list, right? Keep it very formal to begin with until you get down to the nitty gritty. Just, it could be a formality just until you're comfortable. We have you can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What beliefs is limiting you? So you know what Spirit is saying? Gratitude. It is the attitude of gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So if you embrace this attitude of gratitude, if you believe that no matter what you have endured, you are thankful for it. If you say that and you absolutely believe that, then you open the possibility for life to really take a whole new turn. Sometimes when we reject certain experiences of our journey, we have to realize that if that experience didn't happen, then we wouldn't be who we are today. Every micro detail matters, right? And it's unfortunate because that means we're talking about every offense and abuse from others mattered to who we are today. But when we have this bigger perspective and we really expand our understanding and we realize that, this life is a struggle for everybody on some day, right? And so it is through my struggles that I realize the gift in this life that I have. I'm thankful for it because it has always given me an opportunity. No matter the struggle, I can count the opportunity that has also come, right? And so this is believing that no matter what has been, something beautiful will be, right? So we're dealing with the darkness within, we're overcoming grief, we're rectifying all the times in life that we have felt loss, we're changing our mind about the possibility that this life can offer us. We're not going to limit our beliefs. We're not going to believe that what has been is a reflection of what can only be for us. No, the past is not our future, right? But what we believe is. So we're going to shift our belief to reflect what we want, right? And then Spirit says the how is in the now. What has your intuition been trying to tell you? So this is where we get to this action. This is where we get to this creating. This is where you have to take your energy and work with something. So Spirit says there's something that you can be doing now. Now, next to this card is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So Spirit is saying one thing you cannot do is sit in regret, right? Because none of us can go back and change time. And if you are to sit in this space of regret, that's a misuse of your beautiful power and your beautiful energy. What is your intuition telling you? What is your inner urging really telling you about this situation? You can't change the past. You can't redo or recreate anything that took place. But we can figure out why. Why was this necessary? But we have to do it without judgment, remember, because we have to know that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Somehow I cross paths with these people in this place doing these things. Right? But guess what? Now I know I can't change the past. But what do I know about my future? What do I need to do now to make sure that I'm never in this space again? right? One, I need to be gracious. I need to know that where I just came from is not what my tomorrow is going to look like. But thank goodness I have an opportunity to create something, to reestablish something. I'm not afraid to lose anymore. I'm not afraid to deal with my fears and my struggles. I'm not the only one that struggles, right? We all struggle. This is a journey. And one of the scariest journeys is the journey within. And that is the one that you are on right now, 3. That is the one that you're on right now, the journey within. And I say it's scary because some stuff has been there so long that you don't know it's there. You don't know how it got there, but it comes up. It comes up and you have to face it because it won't go anywhere until you deal. It will not go anywhere until you deal. All right, so center card is Page of Cups. So this is a message about a love offer, a potential love opportunity. Pages are typically messengers, and depending on the suit, that tells us the message that they are bringing to us. So this is about something that we thought was love. We thought that this, whatever the situation is, whether we offered to someone or someone offered it to us, nonetheless, this seems like, oh, fun, giddy, promising, right? But we have this 3 of Swords here, which is the opposite. This talks about a wounded heart space, right? This is being in love, but then literally having your heart pierced by things that have taken place, truths, realities, things that you now know, okay? And so Spirit is saying that if you have been in situations that have left you in this 3 of Swords, this heartbreak, this loss, this grief, whatever you believe to be true about love and the potential that love has to shift. When you look at love, you're not looking at like this Page of Cups would. So in a Page of Cups, that's that young, youthful energy, right? We can look at love like this Page of Cups, or we can look at love like this 9 of Wands, like this is about to be a battle. But it's this 9 of Wands that is looking at love with all the energy from the past that they have just come from. And now they're anxious, they're guarded, they are skeptical, they're hesitant, right? But how can you have true love? And so Spirit is saying, if you want to have gratitude, if you want to be gracious for what has come, for what has been, even the things that have hurt you, how can I have an attitude of gratitude for things that have caused me pain? Well, step into the Page of Cups energy. And this is the energy of just realizing that every opportunity is a new possibility. And that's really what life is. It's just possibilities. And you never know what you're going to get in that cup with that fish. But it's about having the embrace. As a 3, you're jovial, you're happy-go-lucky. It's that natural, fun-loving energy that you possess. That's what you should have. That's how you should show up to all situations. And that's easier said than done when we literally have 3 swords sticking from our heart, right? Of course, we think it's a battle and we want to guard ourselves because of where we've been. But the Spirit is saying you have to be thankful for those battles. You have to be thankful for these swords in your heart. Because just like you get battles, just like you get swords, you also get possibilities and opportunities, right? So this isn't done. This isn't how the story ends. So the beautiful thing is, Spirit, when we're talking about Page of Cups, offers of love, messages of hope, where you can pour yourself into things. Justice is here. So there's something in your life where is balancing. Things are going to become fair. This heartbreak put you in this 4 of Swords energy. 4 of Swords is about trying to really gain stability in our head, in our mind, after we've gone through something traumatic. This is about trying to put our mind back together. And so when we have grief, understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. This 4 of Swords is about literally being in that space of grief and trying to rectify it. When Spirit says don't run for the darkness, Spirit is saying no, face these thoughts. Face these truths. Face whatever it is you've now discovered it. The only way to balance, the only way to set your future up, the only way to accept this shift and to really reset the direction for what is to come is if you look things straight in the face and deal with them. There was a tower here. There was a tower here. And, you know, whatever was lost, whatever fell apart was necessary. It had to leave so that justice could come, right? It had to leave so that justice could come. So whatever you experience, whatever is giving you grief, whatever crumbled, whatever is not allowing you to have mental space, or I feel like I feel the need to just say sorry, because this energy seems heavy, and it seems heavy, it seems harsh, it seems fast, it seems quick. It seems like an energy where it's like you couldn't catch a break. Maybe things just happen so quick. Whatever it is for some of us, that's just kind of what I got. Just things moving way too fast, but not necessarily, it didn't feel like for the good. Beneath this Three of Swords energy, where Spirit is asking us to be gracious even for the things that have hurt us, we have Temperance. So this is being able to come through the pain and collect all the pieces of us and put them back together to try to restore some type of harmony within us. And so when Spirit is saying the how is in the now, what has your intuition been trying to tell you? To balance, to restore, to rejuvenate, to heal, to purify yourself. Right? We have the energy of this King of Cups. So, this is what you have the potential of becoming when we're talking about situations where your heart is involved. This King of Cups is somebody that's very comfortable with love. They can receive it. They can give it, right? They're not manipulative emotionally. They're available. This is the energy of somebody that just feels compassionate and warm. They make eye contact when they speak to you. Like, their full body, you have their full attention. And so if this is the energy that you possess in love, if you were this emotionally strong, supportive person in love, or if this is something that you seek in relationships, then this is the possibility, right? And every time we go through one of these failures or just awful experiences, it's getting us closer to the one that we really, really wanted. Right? So collect the pieces of you, put them together. That's what you should be doing right now. This is your chance to establish balance within you to prepare for what is to come. Are you preparing for a King of Cups energy to enter your life? Are you preparing to become this energy after what you've experienced, after you've worked through everything? We have this Four of Cups here. Now, when we're talking about regret, I know that I cannot change the past. The Four of Cups doesn't really know that, right? This is somebody who's stuck on the past and who's so upset about it that they may possibly not accept or even miss an opportunity that's coming now, right? So this is not the space that we want to be in. We don't want to wallow about what was. We don't want to wallow about the missed opportunities, the empty advances. We don't want to do that because we can't change anything that took place in these three cups. But then again, there's gratitude. There's understanding that life is always going to give me opportunities. And that's that fourth cup. That's what life does. So yes, times are tough. Times become hard. But we can always count on the next best thing to come. At the bottom, we have the Page of Wands. And this is about a message of inspiration. This is a potential to take your passion and to kind of reinvent yourself in some kind of way, and to believe that you have a force within you that is preparing to grow, right? But it's growing through things that you have never dealt with, and so we're just working through all of that right now. So grief, gratitude, regret. Release the grief, all the towers that are within those dark spaces within you. So when you work through that dark space, you're going to find moments where it felt like moments were unjust, right? You were going to feel like you had no choice. You were just a victim of life. You were going to feel like things ended abruptly and you weren't able to collect yourself. Those are going to be energies of the dark moments that you are going to find that have brought you grief, right? When we're talking about gratitude, we're going to be gracious for the new love, but also gracious for the crappy love. We're going to be gracious for the opportunity and the potentials that come to us. Yes, we may be anxious and hesitant, but the fact that we have something to look forward to is the blessing, right? And then the regret. I can't change anything about who I was or who I was with or where I was or what I was doing. I can't change. All I can do is put myself together right now, collect all the beautiful pieces of me, restore them, and put them together for what and for whoever is to come, right? And guess what? Everybody that has crossed my path was on their path with their own challenges and their own struggles. We're all on a journey. And if I do the work, if I work through all the stuff that I'm hesitant to work through, I will be rewarded for that, right? I will not judge myself and I will not judge those that have scorned me in some way as I work through this. As all of this stuff comes up, I need to accept it and release it without judgment for self or others. All right, threes. Hopefully something in here is useful. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care.